All right, everybody. Now that we have settled that issue, we can start today's show of Black Geek Energy. We're going to start out this week's episode like we start out every week's episode. DeMarcus, are
Mm-hmm.
you busy right now? What,
What's up?
what, what's going on in DeMarcus land? Why isn't your face in the camera?
Because it's a thinner frame, so where usually I can like sit like this or sit like this. I gotta sit. Apparently, I gotta sit straight up now.
Well, we are trying this new, well, it's not new, but it's new to us, this platform called Riverside. When I
Mm-hmm.
was on the Player podcast recently, make sure y'all go check out that
Mm-hmm.
episode. I was introduced to this platform, so they sent the free
Mm-hmm.
trial. So we're gonna try it, see
Mm.
how it goes.
Okay. I mean, so far it's
But
cool, I guess.
yeah, so far we'll see how it is when we are editing. But
Yeah.
anyways, the Marcus, tell me, I need to make sure I'm not too loud. I can turn myself down from here. That's cool. I can also see my
Mm-hmm.
levels from right here. Because in all of the episodes, I'm like yelling. I don't know why I'm so incredibly loud. Okay, so DeMarcus, can you tell us how
Mm-hmm.
your previous week can you tell us how your previous week has been?
My previous week has been pretty good, man. It was actually like a chill couple of weeks chill week at work. Um, I played pool one fucking big, bro. One fucking big. Like I played a 5, and I'm
Oh,
only a
you
level 3 in
won.
pool. Yeah. I'm only a level 3 at pool. I played a level 5, and like I was down the first 2 racks, and he was like the first rack, he fucking ran my ass. Like he was sinking balls left and right, and I didn't stand a chance. Second rack, I like turned up halfway through, and I was down on the 8, but I missed, and then he came back and made it. Third rack, I shut that shit down. I
He
was
made
fucking his
what?
ass. He made the 8 ball to win the rack.
Okay, I don't. I
Yeah,
don't know
you don't know
what that
sports. It's okay.
means.
Um,
You don't know sports either. Well,
and
not like real
then
sports, like football and basketball. I
and
know what offense
then
and defense is, so I do
and
know
then
sports.
in the last rack,
And
um,
in football, you have
we
to
was
go to the
going back
yellow
and forth.
line. I
You
know
asked
that
me a
much.
damn question, nigga.
Don't get mad. It's Black History Month.
I don't give a.
Black people can't get mad during Black History Month at other black
I
people.
can I
Let's
can
focus
feel
on
however the
Black
fuck I
problems.
want during Black History Month.
Oh,
That's what Dr.
okay.
King died for.
Continue on with your little.
But yeah, the fourth rack we was going like, or yeah, the fourth rack we was going like back and forth. I only needed to win 2 racks to take the match. He needed to win like 4, because he was a higher skill level than me. But no, it was he was a tough opponent, and I had a good time.
Oh,
Yesterday
oh.
I went to Discovery Kingdom, which is like Six Flags out here. Well, it is a Six Flags brand. You know, Six Flags over Georgia. They got a Six Flags over Texas or something. There's a Six Flags
Mm-hmm.
Discovery Kingdom, and it is part amusement park, part like aquarium, like
It's in Northern California.
yeah, it's in Vallejo. Um, Part like aquarium or like they had like a bunch of animals in that motherfucker. So they had like we saw some penguins, we saw some stingrays, we saw
I
like a
got
little dolphin
dolphins.
show. Huh?
We got dolphins on here.
That's what I just said. I saw some dolphins. I saw a dolphin show.
Yeah.
Um, they used to have a killer whale, but they stopped doing that and they moved the killer whale down to SeaWorld.
Down to the ocean where killer whales belong. Have you seen
Exactly.
Bluefish?
Bluefish. I don't
Bluefish
think I
is this hard-hitting documentary about how killer whales actually survive when they're in those situations, and it's horrible.
mm,
And dolphins. Everybody needs to
mm.
see Bluefish.
I have not
They
seen
should be
Bluefish.
protesting. Anyways, besides you clapping and applauding the torture of these innocent, intelligent animals, How
I
was
don't know,
the,
man.
part?
They had 2 dolphins, one of them name was Merlin, and Merlin was pretty fucking thick. Merlin looked like he get 100 fish a day, goddamn.
Ok
Merlin looked Merlin looked
I mean,
thick and happy. He was he when he because I couldn't see his whole body for most of the show, but at the end they had him like jump up on the like on the side, like onto the ledge, and I was like, yo, that's a big ass. I've never seen a thick ass dolphin like that. So
well,
Merlin looked happy.
that doesn't mean that he's happy and healthy, because
He looked happy and
he's
healthy.
big.
He looked
Yeah,
happy and healthy.
that's how their mouths are shaped. That's how their little jaws are shaped.
I'm not talking about their
This
jaws. I'm
looks
talking about his body. Like his body was thicker than like dolphin bodies that I've seen before. Granted, most of the dolphins I've seen in life have been on TV. I've seen a few
exactly.
I've seen a few like when they like in the water jumping and shit. When I do like little whale watching and shit. But you know,
In the
but even
wild?
then, even compared to those, yeah, in a while, even compared to those, like Merlin was a beast.
This looks like it is straight out of the 1980s.
What
Like,
the
this
park?
amusement park, like these
Oh yeah,
rides, this park.
yeah. And them rides were like the best ride was like that Batman ride because it was like smooth, but it still had like it was still like kind of fast and like spun you around a little bit. And I'll say the second best ride was the Medusa, and it was fast, but it was smooth. But a lot of
Yeah,
those rides, like I was,
the Batman ride has this old Tim Burton fonts from the first from the 1980s,
but surprisingly, they were
uh,
using like they have like a
movie.
little DC corner. They were using the new 52 characters for their DC area.
Which characters?
No, they had like Cyborg, Superman, Batman, and like Wonder Woman, all of them. They didn't have Green Lantern. They didn't have Static
So how
Shock.
is that so how is
They
Superman a New
had
52 character?
what you mean?
Because you said they're using a New 52
The new 52
DC.
designs, yeah.
Oh, designs. Oh, they can just make a copy and paste a design, child. But this whole part seems like this flash vertical velocity. This is the
But
old
that
ancient
ride,
flash.
boy, that one, like like it just goes back and forth. Um, and so that was disappointing. I thought it was gonna be like a real fast ride, and it is fast. Like when that thing starts, it's shoo you off. Um, and it like runs, it goes forward, it stops, and then it comes back, and then it stops, and then it goes forward again, and then it comes back, and I'm just like, you can take me off of this bitch, because like when it goes back, it goes like up like this, and so there's like a minute of like free fall where like there's no gravity, and my stomach was like, I don't like
Mm,
this.
mm, mm.
My stomach did not like that shit.
Well, glad you had fun. You went with Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you had fun at
Six Flags Discovery.
and how long is that? How far is that from you?
It was like an hour, really less than, but like we hit traffic both ways, so
Mm.
typical California shit.
Well,
And it wasn't even that packed either. Like the shit was pretty smooth. Like we got up in there probably about 2 o'clock, and we was like walking straight up to the rides. What I will say, there
and
was
y'all
like
went
the rides
yesterday?
be breaking down there.
They look like they be breaking
The
down.
rides be breaking down because
Cause,
like we was trying to
cause
get on the
they were
Joker
made.
first, and
Oh,
like
go ahead.
we were trying to get on the Joker ride first. As soon as we got up there, they was like, "Oh, Joker's broke down. We got folks coming to fix it. You can either wait here or like go do other shit." And I'm like, "Why would you offer me to wait here if you don't know if it's gonna be fixed fast or not?" And so we went and rode like 2 other rides, came back, and they were still working on that bitch.
Yeah, all this looks like it gets broken down because it was made in the 1980s.
But
Of
when was
course
the
it's getting
rides?
broken
But
down.
when were those rides put up? Like the park might have opened in the 80s, but when was the ride put up? Because theme parks lease rides. That's why like at Six Flags over Georgia, like the rides would change out every so often.
And when's the last time they changed those rides in Six Park, whatever you went to?
At Six Flags over Georgia, I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't been to
No,
Six Flags
not
over
at over
Georgia since I
Georgia in
worked there.
California.
This is my first time at Discovery Kingdom in California. I don't know. I ain't do
Well,
no research before I went.
The rides don't look like they've been switched out
Mm,
anytime soon.
yeah, because I remember when the Acrophobia was a new ride when I was younger, and then I remember when they put up the Superman at Six Flags. I remember they came. I remember when they brought out the Deja Vu, and that joint used to always break, and folks used to get stuck on it.
It's the same ride, it's just a different skin.
A lot of times it do be like that. A lot of times it do be like that, like the same kind of ride, just they just put like a different
It's the
coat of
yeah.
paint on it because theme parks lease rides from people who actually design roller coasters.
And you went there yesterday?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Well, of course, it wasn't packed because these kids do not. Well, first of all, they're in school. Second of all, it's the winter. Third of all, they be on their iPads. So
Mm. Fair
they
enough.
are not going to want to go to whatever
Yeah.
Six Flags in the middle of their school. It's not even the end of the first
It was
semester.
the weekend though, and when I was in high school and shit, like I had some friends who were like consistently season pass holders at Six Flags. Like
And y'all
every
would
year
go
they,
in January?
I would not, because I was like I don't like Six Flags like that. Especially like after I started working there, I was like I'm not coming here when I don't have to be here. Um, so but they was like season pass holders, so they would go like all the fucking time. And would they
Mm.
go in January? Probably. I mean, I don't know. They would go a lot in the summer, they would go a lot in the fall around, like, the Fright Fest part. Maybe they would go around, like I don't know, if Six Flags was open in December, they would go around, like, December, January for, like, Christmas, New Year shit, but yeah.
Okay. So pool was a success. Six Flags
Mhm,
was fun, I guess.
mhm,
Would you go
mhm.
again?
I would go again. We actually got season passes because the season pass was the same price as a single day's ticket, so
I know. They says season passes were $6 a month. You might as
oh,
well.
$6 a month. That's yeah, that's different. But yeah, okay.
Um, so that's all that happened for you this week?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
So with me yesterday, of course, I played my D&D game. It's so much fun. They're still in the dungeon. They're still in the first level. They are still trying
This
to
is
get
Man Mage, yeah?
yeah, the man-made dungeon. And one thing I did do was I set up their characters, a little like quick things about their characters in Notion. Like all the
Mhm,
questions I'd be asking them, like what's your passive perception? What's your
mhm,
AC? And did I hit?
mhm,
I just put all that stuff in Notion, so I can rarely see everything. So yeah, that's easy for me.
mhm,
But yeah, the dud is going to get. They only get one room last session because they talked, and yeah,
mm. Oh,
that
I
was
had my
fun.
Daggerheart game too, by the way, but go ahead, please continue.
Another thing is I saw Wonder Man this week.
Mm.
Did you see any episodes?
I haven't seen Wonder Man yet. I gotta, get my Disney subscription going again.
Why didn't you ask me?
What, for a Disney Plus subscription?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, because I have one, I just have to, like, restart it, which is not a which is something I want to do, I just hadn't gotten around to it yet.
But I've been letting Martina use my Disney Plus search for like 5 years now, so
Mm. For free?
yeah. I mean, she lets me use her Paramount Plus.
Okay, so it's an exchange, a tit for tat.
Yeah, but if you wanna use it
Okay. I'll keep that in mind if I ever
well,
decide to get rid of Disney Plus. 'Cause I think I share my Disney Plus with my little sister, so
okay.
but I'll keep that in mind.
So I
And I don't
saw
think
it
she's
and
been using it because she ain't called me about it being off.
hmm. Well, I saw it and, I have some thoughts. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there isn't really much to spoil. My first thought is I liked it. The acting was really good. There was a great family dynamic. Eric,
Mhm.
Eric, who is the brother of Simon Williams, who turns out to be the Grim Reaper in the Marvel Comics, he was so dark and fine. Ugh!
Mm.
I love dark people,
Mhm.
and he was everything to me. Anyways, he was dark and fine. I love the mom. I did really like their buddy cop friendship. Everybody else is really liking that, but I was just like, okay, that's cool. What else did I like about it? I mean, it was um great, but I did text you and I said everything that you said about this show was correct. And that is for those 8 episodes, 30 minutes an episode. He did not intentionally, on purpose, use his powers until the last
Mhm.
5 minutes of the show.
Mm.
The last 5 minutes of the show, that was when he first intentionally used his superpowers. I was like, okay, well, I got to tell Demarcus he was right.
Mhm.
Um, and with that being said, you could just swap out um, because the government's after him for suspecting him for having powers, and you can swap that out for he's an immigrant of Haiti, and we're trying to get his family. He did not need powers for this show.
Mhm.
He didn't. He
Right.
didn't.
And that's what I was worried about with this show. It's just like, oh, like we finna watch this superhero be a normal person. And what's the point of a superhero show where we're watching them be a normal person?
Well, he wasn't a superhero. He wasn't
I
a
mean, well,
superhero.
a powered individual, you know? Like if like whether the Flash has become the Flash or not, I still want to see that man moving at super speed. You know what I'm saying? I came here for a reason.
Hmm. Um, you do not see his powers. You do not get an explanation of what he can do until the very end. They say a little something about the ionic capabilities. There is an episode that is that shows somebody else who has um who has powers. They go in depth for him to really establish why Hollywood is against people having powers, but you didn't need him to have powers. It was very meta. It was very meta.
Mm.
I think that this show was made for all of the Scorsese's, the um, who made Titanic? The James
Mhm.
Camerons,
Mhm.
those white people directors in Hollywood who said this that I don't know why everybody's going to see Marvel and superhero films. They're horrible, blah, 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 blah. It was made for them. This is gonna win awards. This is gonna do great when it's time for it to do great. Because it was a good show. It just
Mhm.
wasn't made for me. It wasn't.
Mm. So you
Um,
didn't think it was that good? You don't think Wonder Man was that good?
I didn't say that. I said it was a good show. It was a great
Mm.
show.
Okay.
It wasn't
Okay.
made for me though. It was not made for me. It was made for the Scorseses, the Al Pacinos, and all the white people who said boo boo to all these superhero things coming out. So it wasn't
Mm.
made for the fans. I'll say that.
Mm. Who was it made for then?
I just said the Scorseses, all the people who said that they were
Mm.
tired of superhero movies and shows.
So it's like they trying to walk the line and give the fans a superhero show, but the critics a not superhero show.
No, not trying to walk the line at all. They are trying to give the critics what they have been saying that they wanted. And they do everything in this show that the critics have been saying that they wanted, except for the one thing that they should have done. And this is why, like, I've been debating putting it on my list of for the Jardo Awards, and I still am because they do all this meta stuff. They comment on or they act out on all this stuff that the critics have been talking about with these superhero stuff, except for, Wonder Man is a white man originally. They showed the original Wonder Man, um,
Mhm.
and then now he is a black man. So they
Mm.
don't do how when, somebody of one race in the comics that were made before the '60s, is
Mhm.
updated to be of a different race. They don't
Mm.
do any commentary on that at all, and that's the
Mm.
one thing that this, show was missing.
You know, like, why is he black now, that whole deal?
Yeah, why is he black? The social commentary, all the people talking
Mm.
about this new DEI, you know how people do. So that's the
Mhm.
one thing I would have liked to see. That would have pushed over top for me. But you know, it
Yeah.
was a good
And
show. I watched them all in one go, but I don't know. It
yeah.
wasn't made for me.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Wonder Man needed to be black, personally. Like, I mean, you know, I enjoy black actors getting they stardom, you know, getting they shine. I'm not mad at it at all. I just don't I mean, I don't think Wonder Man needed to be black. I don't think this is one that we needed.
He
I
didn't
would've been
need to be
fine.
white either.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I feel like they coulda stuck with the original. I wanted a Wonder Man story at least inspired by the comics, you know?
Oh, it's not that at all.
I know it's not.
Wonder Man was an actor in the
Yeah, he
comics.
was. He was, so, you know,
And
there's
and
one for instance.
honestly, I don't know much about Wonder Man because I haven't read that far back in Marvel,
Same,
and he's only showed up as a supporting character in what I've
right?
read, so I don't know much about him. So all I
Same.
know
So
is
I
that
was
he used to be an actor, used to be a criminal, used to be a West Coast Avenger, blah 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 blah.
right, so I was really hoping this show would be like, here's the people's introduction to Wonder Man.
So I know what's gonna do that.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is now, but it doesn't sound like it's that.
Mm-mm. Um, I mean, it was good. I really loved the family dynamics. The mom was really good. The brother was really good. Everybody was good in this show. Um, the show just wasn't made for me.
Mhm,
It's gonna win awards. This wasn't. It's not gonna win the Jardo Awards.
mhm.
Now's the time when we take a little step back and we ask ourselves, what can we put our listeners onto this week? And this segment is sponsored by our good, lovely friends. Why you give me that look? Are sponsored by our lovely friends at Movie Pass. And the Marcus, can you please tell them a little bit about Movie Pass?
Sure. Yeah, MoviePass is a subscription-based service that is designed to make movie going easier, more affordable, and more accessible. I'm going to go see a movie tonight, actually. Um,
What you gonna go see?
and um, Marty Supreme, the ping pong movie.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
so
why are you gonna go see that?
we're talking about MoviePass right now, and so how the way it works is that once you sign up for your MoviePass account, you will be allotted a certain number of credits depending on your tier. And you can use those credits to purchase movie tickets. Only the movie tickets, not snacks, not like merchandise or whatever else movie theaters be selling. Only the movie ticket. But for your credits, you can stretch those. You know, depending on what tier you buy, you can see up to an unlimited amount of movies. Um, but even at the lowest tier, you can stretch those credits you get into 3 to 4 movies, 2 to 4 movies per month. And the service, like, pays for itself. Um, yeah, I'm using MoviePass to go see my movie today.
So why are you gonna see that ping pong movie?
I'm interested, low key. Like, I wanna like, I've seen, like, a few trailers, but it hasn't like, the trailers that I've seen have been enough to make me interested, but not enough to where I, like, know exactly what the movie is about. And I guess it's about a man who plays ping pong that wants to be the best, and it's supposed to be kinda funny, I think? I don't know. I'm curious though, because I know it's not gonna be as funny as Balls of Fury, which I really enjoyed. Um, so I'm interested to see a more serious ping pong movie.
The Marcus is none of that. It's a A24 hard hitting tale. It's
Okay, great.
dramatic, so it's not funny at all.
All right. I'm sure I'll be able to find some humor.
Alright, do you have anything that you wanna put them on to?
Absolutely. And I think you'll enjoy this one, Jared, because this is a horror thing. It's called The Other Side of the Box. It is a short film. It's on YouTube, and it's about these creatures or people that come out of this box. And the way the box works is like someone gives you the box, and then you have to keep looking at it. Like, because if you look away, then the creatures can move, and the creatures want you to look away. So as long as you're staring at it, it doesn't, the creature can't move, but it'll like stare back at you. And if it gets out, it'll like do shit to like make you look away from it. It'll like break the lights. It'll like make shit fall so that you have to look away so that it can move around, and then it drags you. This is never really explained in the movie. It's a short film, only like 15 minutes long, but it drags you back into the box. I think is the theory.
Mm,
So, yeah, so the
interesting.
movie the movie begins with this guy who has a friend, and the friend drops off the box to them, and, like, they allude to, like, some kinda strife in the friendship leading up to this point, because the friend tries to
Mhm.
apologize for something, and he's like, "Ah, don't worry about it." And he gives him the box, and he's like, "Alright, can you open it right now?" And once he opens it and, like, looks at the box, he's like, "Alright, cool, I'm out." So, yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
I
will
think you'll
check
mi
it
it's
out. I
a good
did.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's good. It's only 15 minutes long, and it was like for to be 15 minutes long, I felt like I was watching like at least a 30, 45 minute movie. I was scared.
Did it so it didn't drag on, but it seemed full.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
like real full. Mm-hmm.
okay. One and I will see your horror movie, your horror short, and I will
Mm-hmm.
up it to a horror movie. What is it called in poker?
Feature film,
Where you beat your is that how they do it in poker?
but raise.
Yeah, I will raise you a horror
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Mm.
I know stuff. So, um, Silent Night, Deadly Night was the movie that I just saw this week. It is about a person who is a serial killer, who
Mm-hmm.
dresses up in a Santa Claus outfit, and he
Mm.
hears this mysterious voice. And when he hears this voice, he can um peer into their past of these people's past and see all the bad stuff they've done and everything. I thought this is a really good movie. This is a remake of a 1980s or 1970s horror movie where it
Mm-hmm.
was just, like a Freddy or a Jason film, but they've remade it, they upped it with this voice in his head that gave him this quote unquote power. And I really enjoyed it. I was just putting it on so I could have something in the background when I was applying for
Mm-hmm.
jobs, but I was really into it. It was really, really, really good. It's called Silent Night, Deadly Night, and,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, check it out. I enjoyed it. It's really gruesome. It's really gruesome, and I like that, and
Give me a
it
little bit
is,
more. Like it's really gruesome. What else? What is it? What's it's about a Santa Claus, a person that dressed up as Santa Claus is killing people, and he hears a voice that tells him
mhm.
to do it.
Yeah, so he hears a voice. It tells him to kill these people. It also shows him what these people have done. He has an
Oh.
advent yeah, it has an advent calendar where, he can only kill around the Christmas holiday. So he's not
Mm.
on the 4th of July. He's only killing around Christmas.
So
Um
is it like setting him up all year? It's like, all right, this year, here are the people you gotta kill, here's what they did, here's why they gotta die, that kind of deal?
Um, I don't think so, or it
Mhm.
didn't go into that. They just said it he just said he only kills around Christmas, so,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think he was being set up all year. But
So we
yeah,
don't know if he hears
it's
the voice all year.
no, 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 he does hear the voice all year. He does hear the voice
Okay.
all year because like, he says the voice helps him in, like, social situations. He's an introvert. Both
Mm.
his parents died in front of him.
Mm.
Um, and, uh, and yeah, he and the voice does help him out, like, in, like for interviews, he'll tell him what to say or tell him how to
Oh,
dress or
nice.
whatever.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
And is it
because, like,
actually
they have
helpful, or do it be telling him to do stupid shit?
it actually helps him because, he
Mm.
has to move around often because of his
Murder.
killing. Yeah. So, yeah, it does help him. Helps him a lot, so, yeah. Yeah, it's really good though. I like it. I like that. I just always put on something that would be, like, really
Mhm.
campy that I could tune out and think about other stuff, but I enjoy this.
Nice.
Okay, DeMarcus, do we have a game for this week?
We have an activity. Absolutely, we do. And it's in line with what we're gonna be discussing today. And Jared, I really want to stress to you this time that I am. This game is not meant to embarrass you. It is gonna be. It is gonna be a hard game because we're talking about JJK today, and JJK is a
Yeah.
confusing ass anime. So,
Very confusing. I
so
just saw this episode today. Sorry, DeMarcus.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I just saw this episode today that was 25 minutes or 20 minutes of them standing around in a pure white room talking about stuff. There
Oh
was literal text,
yeah, yeah. I seen
and
that
there was
episode.
literal
Talking about the culling
text
game.
all yeah. The color game is the most confusing thing in the universe. But
Hmm.
this made it even more confused. There was literal text all over the floors and in the air.
Yeah.
There's
So,
this
so I think that's one of my things about watching these subbed, and which is kind of our only out, and like this it's kind of our only option because it's whatever. But watching these things subbed, we don't speak Japanese. I feel like if we spoke Japanese, we would be able to very quickly read like these little text bubbles that pop up. But because we don't, and so we're trying to read the little text bubble and the actual dialogue and look at the picture, we're at a disadvantage.
oh, I'm definitely not watching it subbed.
Mm.
I'll wait the week.
Oh,
I'll
that's why
wait
you're a
the
few episodes behind. Okay.
Yep. I am not
'Cause I
watching
just
this
watched the
thing
most current
subbed.
episode today too, or yeah, last night
Mm-mm.
rather. But yeah.
And they said there's this great fight with the lady or something. I was trying to get to that part, but had to sit through this whole episode of them walking into a room, talking, having all this text everywhere, and then walking out. That was the whole episode. So yeah, that's what I just said. I'm sorry. Go ahead with the activity.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. Um, so if it's your first time joining us, my name is Demarcus, and I am the master of games here at Black Geek Energy. So that means I come up with the games. I choose the right answers, wrong answers, winners, losers, all that jazz. I'm not going to do my whole spiel because I want to get into it. Um, this game is going to be called the JJK Power Game. And what I'm going to do, Jared, is I am going to show you a character, and you're going to tell me to the best of your ability what their power is. And I'm going and I said I'm going to show you because um I know you're not great with names, and I want to give you as much of an advantage as I can in this.
DeMarcus, I don't know how many times I told you that needs permission.
The next one though. Megumi Ushiguro.
Summons.
That's a girl's name.
I mean, obviously it's not. It's gender neutral.
I mean, in the show they say that's a girl's name, so that's why I said that's a girl's name.
Summons. He does summons.
Summons what?
What do you mean summons what? He does the
Give me
bird
more. Give
summoning?
me more. Because he don't just summon shit. Give me
You
more.
said I didn't have he does? Oh, so he doesn't summon stuff?
I said he doesn't just summon shit. Give me more.
He
There's
summons
more
like
to
the
it.
bird and he's and the big demon guy. He does summons.
Hmm.
Does he do summons or not?
I'll give you half credit.
How does it have credit? Because he summons stuff.
Because he doesn't his summon his power is the 10 shadows shikigami technique, which is like one of the passed down techniques in the because I think he's actually from the Zenin clan. Anyway, he is able to summon, like you said, shadows, which is not to be confused with someone else's technique who also summons stuff.
So was I wrong? He summoned stuff. I said
Like I,
that. You
like I
said
said,
what's his
like I
power?
said,
I
I'll give
said
you half
summons,
credit.
and then
Jared,
you said summons.
Jared,
We both
you ain't
said
got
the same
you ain't gotta
thing.
argue with me, bro. You ain't gotta argue with me.
Yes, I do, because
Um,
we both said the same thing.
so
But then when I say it, it's not
he
the
has to
correct
tame
thing.
each shikigami by defeating it in an exorcism ritual so that he can use it freely. And if a shikigami is destroyed, its power and abilities are inherited by the remaining shadows. So his technique is mainly like shadows, but he can like summon shit from the shadows.
So how was this half point again? Because you said summons, I said summons, the power set said summons. I don't know
Because
how
you
it's
forgot
half
the whole
credit.
shadow part. The shadow part is the main part.
No, it's not. The summons is the main part because he doesn't
No,
fight.
because
He doesn't fight with the shadows. He fights with the summons. The
the
shadows do not
summons
do
are
anything.
shadows.
He has to defeat the
The
original
summons are
summons so
shadows,
that the
Jared.
shadows can get them,
We're
and
moving on to
then
the
he
next one.
summons
We're moving
them.
on to the next one.
If I'm not gonna get original credit for that one for
Nobara
me,
Kugisaki. What is her power?
I'm not finished. I'm
Then
not
we can stop
finished.
this fucking game right now, Jared, and
I
call you a fucking
demand
loser.
full points. I demand my full points because summons is the right answer. I said summons. You said summons. The 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 description said summons. How is it not summons? You said he puts the summon where he defeats it into the shadow, and then the shadow summons it out. He doesn't summon a shadow to help defeat the original creature. The 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 shadows don't defeat the original creature. He does, and then he uses his power of shadows to summon the creature back. So then, how was I wrong?
Had you said all of that in your original answer, I would have gave you full credit. But you
No,
didn't.
because
All
that's
you
what
said was
you
that he summoned
said.
shit.
Because that's what he does. That's what he does.
But you see how your second answer, your answer in this moment is so much more well-rounded
No, no,
and
no.
encompasses the crux of his power more.
DeMarcus, I'm saying what you said. I'm saying
Jared,
what you said, which is what I said.
Jared, either we can move on or we can stop the game entirely and just move on to the next segment.
Because so now you're mad because
I'm not mad. I'm not
so
mad.
so I can't
But
argue.
I'm not mad. You're wasting time.
I'm not wasting time arguing for my rights. It's what Martin Luther King died for real. And this is the first day of Black History Month, and I can argue for my rights.
So what we doing here, Jared?
Um, all I'm saying is that we cannot have no more cheating on this game.
So we moving on to the next question?
Because all you want to do is just
Okay.
embarrass me. So this girl up on the screen, her power is voodoo
So you ready to
nails.
move on?
I just said her power was
Okay, bet.
voodoo nails.
With voodoo nails. Voodoo nails. Okay. Can you use more words? Because voodoo nails is like
That's
it's
her
not
exact
inaccurate.
powers. That's her exact powers.
It's
Voodoo nails. She don't have no other powers but voodoo nails. She
so if
uses the
you're
cursed
trying
energy
to
into her voodoo nails to do stuff to her enemy. Voodoo nails.
Jared, Wait, what? I didn't hear what you said. You said something about her enemies. What did you say?
She uses the power of her voodoo nails to
Mhm.
defeat her enemies.
Mm.
Voodoo nails is her power.
So if you're trying to name her specific curse technique as voodoo nails, I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
know
you.
the specific name.
Okay, that is why I'm asking you to use more words and explain what you have seen her do, because voodoo nails is not all the way correct. And I'm
I
trying to give you a chance to get your full points here.
ha no, because you try to cheat me like you did Megami. So I don't really understand that. But voodoo nails is what she does. She puts voodoo nails into her into the doll. She puts voodoo nails into her enemies, and she doesn't just do voodoo nails. She don't do nothing else with voodoo nails. She does
Okay.
voodoo nails.
All right. I will accept it. That's all I needed to hear. Um so
Golly.
Nobara Nobara's technique is called the straw doll technique, and she uses a hammer and nails to attack. So she can either put nails into her opponents, put nails into a doll that has some fragment of her opponent attached to it, and like resonates her cursed energy within them or something like that, and causes them damage. She can also do it to like things too, so she can like put nails into a wall and make it explode. So yeah, I would say you got that one right when you said more. Um,
But
next one.
what else more can you say about voodoo nails?
You said it, Jared. You said it. Anyway, the next one. Ryomen Sukuna.
I don't get it. What's his name? Ryowen?
Ryomen Sukuna. Sukuna, the cursed spirit that is possessing Itadori.
Oh no. His power is like his power is like the the cleave. The
Mm-hmm.
cleave. He like cuts things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'll give you that. Ryomen Sukuna's ability, he's the king of curses. He uses Shrine, a technique that allows him to launch invisible slashes called Dismantle and Cleave. You named one of the techniques exactly. Um, he can also produce fire attacks and has immense regenerative abilities.
But you just asked
Like,
for the powers.
yeah, I mean, like he has a lot of powers, but like I said, you got that one right. Like he cut shit, and like
What's he the
everything else.
demon of?
He's the king of curses. I don't think there's any. I don't think it. I don't know if it works that way in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, oh, I am the demon of fear or whatever. I just think they're all cursed spirits. All
Well,
right, next
the other
person.
one says that the volcano guy says that he's like the demon of fire.
Mm, that maybe just be like a self-imposed title. But yeah, next person. Suguru Gato. What is his power?
Now, this is a trick question because is it him or is it the thing inside his head?
It's him. If you look at the picture, there's no scar. What is Suguru Gato's power?
Summons, but he don't have to
Exactly.
use the
This is why the fuck I
shadows.
told you to say more last time, because it's multiple people that can summon, and and they do shit differently. So
No, because two
say
people can
more,
summon at the same time. Two
say
people are
say
allowed to summon at the
more,
same time.
say more this time about what he summons and how he summons it.
And I said enough last time, and I'm saying enough this time. They both summon stuff to go through with their purpose. Summons.
I'm gonna give you some time to think about it.
What I
Because
need to think about?
when I tell you you have half credit, I don't want to hear no argument.
And when I tell you the correct answer, when you want to cheat, then there will be an argument, especially during Black History Month. So if you want to cheat, go ahead and cheat. Because if you say that if I say summons, and then if you say summons, and if the description say summons, but if you give me half point, that doesn't make any sense. So summons.
That's your final answer.
That's the only answer I'm gonna give.
So, Suguru Gato's power is the cursed spirit manipulation technique, allowing him to swallow and control cursed spirits he has defeated, turning them into his personal army.
Summons.
Half credit.
How is it half credit? He summons spirits. How is it half credit?
I already explained this to you, and I gave
No,
you a
you
chance to
didn't.
clean it up.
No, you didn't. It doesn't make any sense. How is it
So,
half credit?
last
How is it?
last
No, no,
person
no,
here.
no, 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 no,
I'm
no,
not.
no,
I'm not
no.
going back. I'm not going back to it. I'm not going
Because
back to it because I told you
so
before,
you just want to cheat. So you just want to cheat.
Jared. You gonna make me hang up this fucking phone.
I don't know why you mad because you cheating. I should be the mad one because I'm trying to get stuff together. You the one that's cheating. You're the one that's being unfair to another Black person during Black History Month. That's you. So that's a full point for me. My second full point. And we can
All right, you
continue
ready for this
now.
last one? The
We can
last person is
continue.
Yuta Okotsu.
Um, mm, can he hold on, is that the one that where's the one that can like say things? Is that him that does say things like he has to talk in food so that it doesn't do stuff in the world?
Are you asking me to give you the answer right now?
No, I'm asking you to like Demarcus, why didn't you do the main people? Why'd you do these offshoots? Like you could have did his core group. You could have did Gojo. I don't know these little offshoot characters who be on the screen for 25 seconds. What's his name? Yuta Akatsu? Like, who is this person? Was he in the movie? And then you didn't even do the black person. How do you know what the black person's power is? Because he was just on there for like 25 seconds. Is he even still on the show? Was he killed off? I don't know this guy. He was like a guy from a different anime. I don't know this guy. Like
Okay,
like
that's your
like
final answer.
like
You don't know?
like we could have did. You said you did. You said that the stipulation that you didn't want to embarrass me, but then you have all these offshoot characters on the screen for 25 seconds instead of the main core team. The panda's not on here. The guy who's like dying isn't on here. Like, is nobody good is even on here. So go ahead and say who this person is. Because I don't know. I don't know who these people are. These strangers to me. I don't know who these people are.
You done?
He like somebody from the Ito. The and Ito an Ito horror show.
Okay, you done? This is Yuta Okkotsuku. He is a special grade sorcerer whose primary ability is copy, allowing him to replicate nearly any curse technique he sees. And we saw that if you watch the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, he does he copies the speech technique that you were talking about. He is also linked to a powerful vengeful spirit called Rika, who provides him with the massive pools of cursed energy. So I'll go ahead and mark
Is
that one.
the
Oh.
movie canon?
Yeah, yeah, because season 2 picks up right after the movie, and he's been in, like, 2 or 3 2 episodes of season 2 already, or season 3, whichever one we're on.
He
But yeah,
looks like a, a Junji Ito character.
yeah. Alright, so, Jerry, you got 1, 2,
It
3.
doesn't really matter 'cause,
You got half the
your
points here.
counting is not
You got
accurate
half
to
the
what
points here,
actually
Jerry, so
happened.
you know Jujutsu Kaisen halfway. Let's see if we can get you all the way.
Your counting isn't actually accurate on that,
Let's
so
see
it
if we
doesn't
can
really
get you
matter
more
what you
informed
say.
with this episode of Black Geek Energy, where we are disambiguating Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, I'm still wanna talk about that, activity that you set
I
me up
don't.
for. Again,
I don't wanna talk
I
about it
don't
no.
but okay, okay, and I do wanna talk about it, though.
Okay, well, I can sit and listen.
Oh, so is that gonna be a dialogue?
I mean, if I don't wanna talk about it and you do, then what is it gonna be? Because you
But
can't
then you
force me to
can't
talk about it.
but, okay, you also can't move on until I want to move on. If
Hey,
I
you right.
have
So
something
we
brewing in
stuck.
me, I
So go
can talk
ahead.
about something,
You
and
absolutely
you
can.
always
Go
wanna
ahead,
move
brother.
on. You always
Go
wanna
ahead,
move
brother.
on.
Go ahead, brother.
Now
Talk your talk. Talk your
let's
shit.
let's let's see what's happening in Jujutsu Kaisen, because I do have a lot of questions
Talk your
with
shit.
these powers. And I actually last week you were like, text me your day. I say, okay, remind me.
You did.
And and you didn't remind me. And then last night you
I
was
did
like, are
not.
we still doing JJK? I was like, yeah. And then you was like, do you have any questions? I was like, you didn't remind me. So I rushed to get questions. And I would like
Mhm.
to know if you found the answers to those questions I rushed to get this morning.
I have I have a lot of answers to a lot of questions, because I've been doing a lot of research around JJK. Um, what what were the questions? I think you asked, how does one become a Jujutsu sorcerer? Um, and then you asked to explain domain expansions.
But I had some last week too
And
that
then
you
yeah,
wrote
and
down.
I got the 2 from last week. The 2 from last week is what is the reverse curse technique and how does it work? And then explain Gojo's power. So I have all of that here. Where do you want to start?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's start with how does one become a Jujutsu sorcerer? So there's a I wanna you have to be born a sorcerer. I'm gonna start there. You have to be born a sorcerer, and that just means you are born with the ability to control cursed energy. With the bare minimum being you have to be able to see cursed spirits, which requires a certain level of cursed energy. Normal people can also see cursed spirits, but usually only near death. But they do not clarify whether that means you have a near death experience and then from then on you're able to see cursed energy, or you have a near death experience and only during that moment you're able to see cursed spirits. You also asked about like lineage and like demon possession. So
Hold
what
on.
is
Okay,
actually
hold on. Hold on, hold on. So that girl who did not have cursed energy, that only had weapons, she could see ghosts or whatever. She could see the demons, and that's why she is a shaman.
She's
or a sorcerer?
Maki Zenin. Um, she's a special case. She's an exception to these rules, and I will tell you why. I'm getting into that. I'm getting into that. Um, so what's actually passed down through sorcerer families is not. I mean, of course, if your parents are powerful curse users, you're more than likely going to be a curse user. You're going to have curse energy. Um, but what the families pass down specifically are cursed techniques. So these are things like Gojo's Limitless, Megumi's Ten Shadows technique, um, other things. Um, so this is also a way to become a sorcerer, but it's not a guarantee. In Maki Zenin's case, she was born into a sorcerer family, so she was educated about all of this even without having like the cursed energy and whatnot. So she uses special tools, cursed tools, in order to exercise curses because she's already aware of it and was born into a family where she was like trained to, uh, you know, to fight them, trained to be aware of them. So it's not like
But she,
but she herself, has she been born into a normal family with the same circumstances, like no cursed energy, she would not be a sorcerer.
but she can see the things, the demons.
Maki, no. Maki cannot see cursed spirits on her own. She needs those glasses in order to see cursed spirits, I'm pretty sure. I think that is correct. Cursed energy, and the ability. Wait. Oh wait, so Maki does have the ability to perceive curses without tools. So she
Mm.
can see curses. So she has enough curse energy to at least see curses. But there's another girl, and I think she's related to Maki, who does not have that, and she needs glasses to see cursed spirits.
Well, that just seems like nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism is always a thing. What's wrong with nepotism? If I had the power to where I could just be like, hey, son, you can make $1 million a year for the rest of your life, and you ain't really got to have no, you ain't really got to do nothing for it. I would do that for my children. I would.
No, I mean that's good nepotism, but this is death nepotism because this
What do you mean?
nepotism is going up against evil creatures who have earth-shattering powers. This is death
She chose that.
nepotism.
She chose that though, because they were like,
But
because the Zenny clan was like, "Oh, you're useless. We're gonna put you in this in this category or in this group where we put all the other useless family members, and you just gonna hang out around the temple." And she was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
okay, but it's still nepotism because she still had the ability to access their vault of cursed items.
Yeah, I mean, but there that goes back to my first statement. Like nepotism is always a thing. Um, if you had the ability to give your progeny everything they wanted, I'm sure you would do it too.
I mean, but that's nepotism. That's good nepotism, and this is bad nepotism. This is death nepotism.
I would
I
say
think
I
that's
don't I
apples to
don't
oranges.
I don't moralize it. I do not moralize it because Maki is making these choices of her own volition. So, you know, good or bad, it is what it is.
Mm.
The next thing I want to get into, you asked about demon possession or cursed spirit possession. So, being possessed by a cursed spirit or a Jujutsu sorcerer, like Yuji possessed by Sukuna or Geto possessed by Kinjaku, does not automatically make you a sorcerer. Um, it makes you a cursed human. So even if that possession gives you the ability to see spirits or and increase your curse energy, it does not automatically make you a sorcerer. You are a cursed human.
Mm. So do cursed humans have powers or
Yep. Yep. That's the next thing I want to get into. Um,
so it
what's the
seems
difference?
like that category of sorcerers is this like elite class above everybody else.
And you're on the right track. So the difference between jujutsu sorcerers and curse users, which curse users can be cursed humans who are possessed and they can use cursed energy that way. The difference between jujutsu sorcerers and curse users is there is no difference. It's just based on your alignment. If you have gone through the training or are aligned with one of the jujutsu schools, the one in Tokyo or the one in Kyoto, then you are a jujutsu sorcerer. If you are not aligned with either of those official sorcerer bodies, then you are a cursed user, and they will automatically see you as evil.
Why?
Because they say we are the only ones who can make you we are the only ones, they think they're the only ones, like, equipped with the knowledge and the morality to, protect humans against curses. And in their experience, when they have run across cursed humans or cursed users, they're usually using their curses for personal gain, hurting people in directly or indirectly, on purpose or by accident. So,
Well, I mean, that's the better story to tell the story of how cursed people are trying to rid the world of demons, but the sorceress won't let them, and they're trying to persecute them. So
I mean,
he's even
we
telling the
don't
right
know.
story.
We don't know. I mean, from what we've
I
seen
mean,
in the show,
you can look at the main character. He's
what
not
we
from these
from what we've seen in the
lineages.
show, um, from what we've seen in the show, most of the cursed users unaffiliated with the schools for jujutsu are evil. Not evil. I would say they're neutral. They're just like, look, I got this power and I'm finna use it to make money or to mostly make money, make a living for myself.
And what's wrong with
Or
that?
I'm possessed or like I have this cursed energy and I can't control it and it just hurts everyone around me whether I wanted to or not. So, yeah. It's mm,
You
it
can't
is what it is.
police something that happens unconsciously to people just because you and your friends have known about this thing your entire lives. And these other people
Yeah,
don't even know about it.
yeah.
And now you're
It
trying to
sucks.
police it for
It
everybody.
sucks.
That's not right.
Uh, you know, I think they just go about it the wrong way. I think like the elitism in it is the issue because like if it were like, hey yo, we know what cursed energy is and we know how it works and we know sometimes it pops up outside of our like type group of friends who work with us and we are offering safe haven to those people, then bet that would I think that would make more sense. But instead they'd be like,
But
"Oh,
they're not all
you're
good
cursed."
either.
Like you're oh yeah, nah, because a lot of the cursed users, a lot of cursed users are people who have attended Jujutsu High and went rogue and or were expelled.
Mm.
So yeah. All right.
So are you still a sorcerer if you attend the school, or do you have to graduate and to be a sorcerer?
Like I said, it's all morality. So like they can take it away from you. So if you attend the school, you're a sorcerer. While you're learning. If you drop out in in your second year, they're gonna be like, all right, now you're a curse user.
That's dumb.
You know. Hey. All right. What else we want to talk about here? Domain expansions.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm dumbing these explanations down so that they are as simple as they can be for our audiences. A domain expansion is just a barrier with extra stuff in it. So
A
imagine this.
barrier.
It's a barrier. Yeah. Because you see in the show, whenever someone's like domain expansion, it creates like usually like creates like a sphere and they are inside that sphere.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So it's like a dome.
it's basically a dome or, a sphere because it's not always just like half a sphere. It's usually the whole sphere. Um, so domain expansion is just a barrier with extra stuff in it. So imagine your room is your domain. You paint your room to look however you want it to look. That is your domain expansion. And the paintings on the wall is just you projecting your mind onto your barrier.
Okay.
Yep. That makes sense. Okay, great. The third part of a domain expansion is putting your curse technique in it. And so the way I would explain this, like, so imagine, so to in order to hurt somebody, I gotta punch them, right? Let's take out all the curse powers and jujutsu shit out of it. In real
Mhm,
life, you gotta punch somebody to hit them. You have to make contact with their body.
mhm.
Um within your domain. So within your room, if they come to your house in your room where you've painted the walls to be whatever you want them to be, you don't have to punch that person no more. They just get hurt. Like your fist does
By
not have to make
being
contact
there.
with their body no more. And that is the equivalent of you imbuing your domain, your innate domain with your curse technique.
Okay. That's why if you're in a domain expansion, they're all like, "Oh, he's dead now."
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's pretty
Unless
much it.
but you can cancel out other people's domains.
Yeah, you can get in or out of a domain. It's just really hard to do. Another thing you can do is just like you can employ a simple domain to like negate the sure hit effect of their domain. So a simple domain is just like a regular barrier, you know. Like you
So
just
is
like
that
they
like
put you bring me into your room where you've painted the walls and you don't have to touch me to hurt me no more, but I put on my raincoat and now you got to get through my raincoat in order to hurt me.
so I thought it was like they start the other the person trapped in the domain starts doing
Mhm.
their own domain and then they cancel out or something.
That is also a thing that can happen. You can launch your domain and then it's just like a battle of like whose domain is going to win and whoever's domain wins, they win the battle. But you have to be sure that your domain is stronger than their domain. Because I feel like once people like launch their domain, it's like pretty much all their energy. Like they pretty much wiped after that. And I'll make my analogy a little bit better. Like you bring me into your room where you've painted the walls and everything to be to be however you want. And then I like pitch a tent and I get inside my tent inside your room. And that's like employing a simple domain.
So how did they get out with a simple domain?
They don't get out with a civil domain. It just allows you to fight inside the domain without it just cancels out like the sure hit part.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Is there any other way to get out of a domain?
I think those are the four. It's like someone can force their way in and break it. Someone and take and pull you out. Or you can force your way out from the inside. Um, you can defeat the person who inside of their domain, which is hella hard to do. You can employ your own domain and try to just take over the space. um yeah,
So
I think
when
that's
so when Itadori is the main character, right? Itadori.
uh-huh.
So when his demon came out while he was in a domain, how did the domain become Itadori's demons instead of the domain he was already in?
What are you talking about?
Last season,
Hmm.
Itadori
Are you
was
talking
in
about
his
when I forget his name, but the dude who could like transform people?
yeah.
So we um the way that happened, so I think the shit, what was his name? I really want to remember. But he just canceled his domain. So he launched his domain, and then touched Sukuna's soul, and Sukuna was like, "Don't you ever fucking touch me in your fucking life." And then he was like, "Oops, my bad," and just and released his domain.
Sukuna.
No, Sukuna did not launch his domain. The other guy um just took his domain back in.
I remember, so who did Sukuna release his domain for?
The big shadow monster that Megumi summoned.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. You also wanted to explain Gojo's powers. Um so Gojo
Oh,
has two
Lord.
separate curse techniques. Let's
Okay.
start there. He has two distinct powers and they
Mhm.
work together. So the first one, they're both like they're both like clan techniques passed down through his bloodline or whatever. The first one is called limitless. Um so any person from the Gojo clan could have had this curse technique, but it just landed with Satoru Gojo. Um and you really need the six eyes technique as well in order to like master it, but we'll save that one for later. What does it do? Very simply, it allows the user to manipulate space. That is what it does. It is not as complicated as it looks or sounds on screen. It allows you to manipulate space. Um, so what is the base level thing that it does is that it takes an amount of space and expands it infinitely. So the closer you get to Gojo, the more space he's putting between you. And that's why it's like, oh, I'm moving slower and slower, is because like even though you are, in the physical world, even though you are closer to me, my curse technique is making this little bit of space this big. And so while your mind is like, there's only like an inch between us, his curse technique is like, no, there's actually 500 feet between us. And if you keep trying to get closer, I'm going to make it 1,000 feet and then 10,000 feet and then 100,000 feet. So he's just making more and more space between you, which is why they explain it as like the closer you get to him, the slower you move instead of like him just like stopping you in place.
So that's why people can't hit him
Yes, that is correct.
unless they can.
I mean, like any curse technique, there's ways around it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next part is the six eyes technique, which is another Gojo clan inherited technique that could have landed with anyone, but it also landed with Satoru Gojo, and he's the first one in like 400 years to have both techniques at once. And this really allows you to like get the most out of the limitless technique. The What the six eyes techniques does for you is it allows you to see curse energy on an atomic level. So you can see the atoms that make up cursed energy. By extension, you can see like the atoms that make up the world and shit. You can just see really, really small things. That's what the six eyes do. It just increases your perception, which is why he wears the blindfold all the time, because his eyes, like uncovered, his eyes are just processing so much information it'll exhaust him. It'll overwhelm him. It'll just make him tired all the time from processing all that information. Like, you ever had a hard day at school and then was like, "Phew, like, I'm tired," even though you didn't, like, do any physical activity? Brain is in overload. So, with the six eyes technique, um, he can see even smaller spaces than normal, which allows him because he can see an even smaller space, it allows him to affect and expand even smaller spaces with his limitless technique. So say you get within a millimeter of Gojo, he can see that millimeter and expand it to be 10,000 feet. Whereas
Okay.
someone without the six eyes, I can only see like once you get so close to me, like once things are so close together, I can't see the space between. Like I can't see the space between my hands if they're touching. But Gojo with the six eyes technique, he could see the space in between my hands right now, and he could expand it with his limitless
Okay.
power.
Okay. So did what about like the red and the blue and the purple?
Sure, sure. All of that goes back to just being able to, and I'm just going to touch on it here because I have more of that for later. Um, all of that just goes back to him being able to manipulate space. So he makes a little bit of space, um, and then imbues it with his cursed energy. So and like sucks stuff in. He makes a little bit of space, imbues it with his cursed energy, and makes it push stuff out. That's what it is. That is just a different application of manipulating space.
So what's that
It's
like?
we almost at 2 hours, so I wanna go through some more of this stuff.
Well, we are not at 2 hours because we talked before. That's all getting cut out.
Mm,
I think we're at 1:30.
okay, but still,
But like
what's
how? So there was what's the purple?
okay? Let
Or
me.
if I'm messing you up, go ahead and go with what you
No, no, no. I'll answer the questions in the order that you are asking them, sir. Oh no, where did my other window go? Oh, I had it up here and now it's gone.
Control Shift T.
Why did it open over there? I want it over here. There we go. All right. All right. While that's loading, I'll answer some other questions that'll come up.
Okay.
Um, what is the culling game?
Oh, I know what the culling game is.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is a question that came up during my research. Like a lot of people are confused as like, what is the point of the culling game? The culling game is a massive battle royale orchestrated by Kenjaku. And the purpose of that is to harvest cursed energy from the fights and deaths of these people who he's given cursed energy to, um, with the end goal of merging all of Japan's non-sorcerers with Tengen, who is the guy at the bottom of the Jujutsu Sorcerer campus, and create a new form of existence. Um, if your next question is like, how is that supposed to work? Even Kenjaku doesn't really know how it's supposed to work. He's just doing shit, and he thinks he's just doing shit, and he's going to see what happens. Like he admits himself, he's like, you know what? I don't really know what's going to happen after I do this. But I think it's gonna make it so that what he really wants is there for no humans to exist and for only Jujutsu sorcerers to exist. If you watch the original JJK movie, he talks about well, why do cursed spirits keep happening? It's because because humans have negative feelings, but they can't control their cursed energy, so their negative feelings leak out in their cursed energy, and they collect together, makes cursed spirits. So people are hurting themselves, basically. And if all people could control their cursed energy to where it didn't leak out, then there would be no more cursed spirits because there would be no more like loose cursed energy for them to feed on and to be created from. Only Jujutsu sorcerers can control their cursed energy. Most people don't even have enough cursed energy to be aware that they are leaking it out. So his theory is that if he combines all of the non-sorcerers with Tengen, then everyone will be a sorcerer from that point on, and then everyone can be taught how to control their cursed energy.
So
But
I
he but
kind oh, go ahead.
but he doesn't really know if it's going to work that way. All he knows is that it's going to be something completely new.
So I kind of understood that. I just didn't understand who Tengen was. I was like, who is this child
I
that
got that too.
that they are not? about to fight, he looks demonic, but they don't even care.
Okay. So Tengen is a Jujutsu sorcerer that lived 1,200 years ago in the Nara period. He is actually the first uh, Jujutsu sorcerer who preached the tenets of Jujutsu sorcery that they live by today. So
Mm,
he's pretty much the person that like started all this Jujutsu sorcery shit. His
okay.
technique is immortality. His curse technique is immortality. So he cannot die of old age. But his body does continue to age and it does continue to break down, which is why he has to combine with a special human every 500 years for his body to like reset and for him to remain human. If you watch the original JJK movie, they fucked that shit up. I think it was Toji who like messed that up. So that's why he looks all white and weird and cylindrical and like a cursed spirit because his body has evolved beyond human because he can't die. So his body has to change. Um, and because of that, he's like lost a little bit of his sense of self and all this other stuff. Um,
So
he is
so is that
very
oh, sorry.
he is very, 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 very good at creating barriers. What were you gonna say, Jared?
So is he in prison?
No, he's not in prison. He just stays down there for his
Uh,
own protection.
'Cause people are out to get him? 'Cause he
Yeah, cause
said
like if
that
you
his
just walking
spirit is in everything or something.
well, that's what they want to happen. They want that's what Kenjaku wants to happen. It was like, oh, Kenjaku's like, oh, if he has so much cursed energy, if I can like get him to combine with all humans, then all humans will basically become cursed humans because they're possessed by Tengen, and everyone can use cursed energy at that point.
Mm, m'kay.
So Tengen's purpose is to conceal the Jujutsu schools. So like I said, he's very good at barriers. And so his barriers hide both the Jutsu schools, the one in Tokyo and the one in Tokyo, make it look like mountains or temples or some shit to regular people. He also protects the cursed warehouse where they hold all the cursed tools that they've collected. His barriers provide basically a power boost to all the Jujutsu sorcerers. It helps their focus and control to where even like the assistant managers who don't have as much training can like put up those barriers whenever they fight a cursed spirit. His barriers also suppress the birth of new cursed spirits.
Okay.
Yep. Um, and so because of his barriers, Japan is like steeped with cursed energy, his own cursed energy. And that's why so many sorcerers are born there as opposed to like other parts of the world. Like, cause they don't really talk about, oh, cursed spirits being born in America or Germany or Europe. All of them are pretty much born in Japan because that's where all the cursed energy is concentrated. Um,
Yeah, that's the main plot point for the college game.
mhm. And so, yeah, so normally, um, Tengen is only able to combine with that special person that's born every now and again. They call them the star plasma vessel. But because they fucked that merger up, he's become more cursed spirit like. And so now he's able to combine with he could pretty much combine with any person.
So, yeah, I think I'm getting more this story, with you telling me all this because I just now realized that with the culling game, um, what you just said about, other places not having sorcerers was
Mhm.
a main plot point because that is what he was also trying to do Italy
Mhm.
with America in the
What you
manga.
mean? Oh, in the manga?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't read the
Somebody
manga.
made a something happened with
The manga.
America. Yeah. And just something happened and America becomes a big player. I guess, in the
Mm,
military.
okay,
'Cause
cool.
they want sorcerers too.
Of course, because America wants everything. America wants all the power.
Right.
If you got power that we ain't got, we want it, and we will kill you to have it. Fire Nation shit.
Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
reverse curse techniques is what you was asking about before,
Yeah.
and you was like asking about Gojo's blue, red, purple shit.
Yeah.
I got you. So let me start with what is a reverse curse technique, and that's like one of the most advanced forms of Jujutsu sorcery. So,
Mm.
as a blanket statement, all curse techniques are negative energy. All uh all cursed spirits are made of negative energy. It's all negative. It all hurts people.
Okay.
So, in order to use a reverse curse technique, you have to be able to change your negative cursed energy into positive cursed energy, which can then create and heal people. Create create things and heal people. Two separate things. Not create people. Don't want it to sound that way. You cannot. They have not shown anyone who can create people with their curse technique.
Summons.
Now, um, cursed energy comes from the stomach. They explored that I think early on. They said like your cursed energy comes from your stomach. Um, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay. Mm. So your reverse curse technique energy comes from your brain. And the way they explain it
Oh,
is that you need to have two sources of negative energy and combine them. This is like a simple math thing. If you remember your math lessons, a negative times a negative equals a positive. And that's where you get your reverse curse techniques. And this is your positive energy. And this can be used to heal yourself and other people. Gojo can heal himself with his reverse curse technique. Um, Yuta occult school, he can heal other people with his reverse curse technique. There are other people who can do all, certain kinds of healing and shit with their reverse curse techniques, including Sukuna, the king of curses, the curse spirit. So, sorry. Let me wrap it up real quick. You can also use your reverse curse technique to hurt curse spirits. Because remember, like I said, cursed spirits are negative energy, so positive energy is extremely lethal to them. So if you blast them with your cursed energy, they'll just be disintegrated. What were you gonna ask?
I forgot. Is yeah, I forgot my question. But Gojo can cycle his reverse curse technique all the time or something?
I'm gonna get into that next. So
Okay.
a reversed curse technique is not to be confused with cursed technique reversal.
What? What?
Let that let
Oh
that sink
my
in.
god.
Let that sink in. Reverse curse
Okay.
technique. Your reverse curse technique. A reverse curse technique. In general, reverse curse technique is not to be confused with cursed technique reversal. Reverse curse technique is all about healing. It's all about changing that positive energy or that negative energy into positive energy. All about healing. You heal
Mhm.
yourself, others, and you destroy cursed spirits with positive energy. That is reverse. That is using a reverse curse technique.
Okay.
Right. Cursed technique reversal is when you fuel your innate technique with positive energy. So you cannot do it without being able to use reverse curse technique,
Okay.
but it is not the same thing. It is a step on the way. So remember, I said that all cursed techniques, all cursed humans, all curses and shit, cursed spirits, it's all negative energy.
Yes.
You can use those techniques and spirits and things can also be fueled by positive energy.
Okay. From the
Great.
brain
From the brain.
with reverse
Um,
technique. Reversal.
Curse technique reversal. So
Okay.
you think of something like you think of Gojo's you think of Gojo's technique, limitless. So the base technique is just like I can manipulate space, and the closer you get to me, the slower you move because I'm actually increasing the space between us. Um,
Okay.
so a different application of his base curse technique is blue, where he pulls things in toward him with negative energy. He fuels
Mhm.
his technique with negative energy. He creates a spot. He creates a space, a sp- a point in space, and pulls everything to that point.
Okay.
That is just a different application of his normal, regular, degular curse technique.
Okay. Now get complicated with it.
Now, when he fuels that same technique with positive energy instead of negative energy, it just does the opposite thing. Instead of
Mhm.
pulling things toward it, it pushes things away.
Okay.
That is red. He
Okay.
creates a
So
point.
so
Creates a point in space that pushes everything away from it, and he can like throw it at you and shit.
so from the stomach, he is pushing stuff away. From the brain, he's pulling it in.
Opposite. From the
Okay.
stomach,
So from the
the energy from the
ye-
stomach pulls things in. The energy from the brain pushes stuff away.
okay. All right.
And then
I
purple is
understand.
when he combines both of those. So he, in one hand, he's like, all right, I'm creating a point in space that pushes everything away. In the other hand, he's like, I'm creating a point in space that pulls everything toward it. I put them together and I throw it at you. And it does some fucked up shit.
Okay.
It pulls
Okay.
you and pushes you at the same time.
I mean, when you say it like that, it makes sense. So he used his brain and his stomach.
Yeah. And this is an oversimplification in order for it to make sense.
Yeah, because I don't have an engineering degree. Like what is required to understand this show. Okay.
Okay.
So what
Let me
else?
see if I can tell you a little bit more about this purple real quick.
Okay.
Hollow purple. Imaginary mass. Okay, so um purple it's push and pull combined, like I explained. So it creates mass that pretty much erases everything in its path. So it's pushing and pulling in such a way that it just destroys all matter around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, have we talked about or is on your sheet, do you have talk about Gojo's limit break? What they
Limit
called?
break. Limitless?
No, 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 no. Gojo's void domain expansion?
Oh, his domain expansion. Gojo's
Yes.
domain expansion is just overloading your brain. He basically gives you his ability where he can perceive everything, and since you don't have the six eyes, you can't process all that information, and you just get stuck in place.
Yeah. And like he can kill people in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he can kill you in 3 seconds normally.
Yeah.
With his domain expansion, he kills you in 3 seconds without you being aware of it because you're trying to process everything. Like imagine if when you're walking, you don't just have to worry about like moving your feet one foot in front of another. You have to worry about every atom in your legs moving to the correct place in order for you to walk.
I mean, It can't be that hard.
I mean, they make it look hard in the show.
Yeah, yeah, it looks crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Some other things that I haven't gotten into, like, who the fuck is Kenjaku?
Who is
Um,
Kenjaku?
yeah, man, Kenjaku is a sorcerer from 1,000 years ago, so not quite as old as Tengen, who we talked about. And currently he is possessing Suguru Geto's body. Um,
Oh, yeah.
that possession is not his curse technique. His curse technique is actually like some anti-gravity gravity shit. Um, but his ultimate goal is that he wants to force human evolution through cursed energy by merging the population with Tengen and creating a chaotic godlike entity out of curiosity. Like I said, he
Oh,
doesn't really know what's going to happen here. He just wants to do it because he wants to get rid of all regular humans.
and what's his name? The person inside
Uh,
of
Kinjaku. I don't, let me see, what is his first name? See if I can find it here.
and he's like a slug or something now, right?
I mean, he's just a brain.
Yeah.
They only have Kinjaku. They're only saying Kinjaku. What is his
And, and he could use the person that he's possessing, he could use that person's power, right?
Yep, he can use their curse technique as well. Yep. Because apparently it's in the body.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets crazy. The culling game is the worst thing to happen to anime
Why you say that?
because there's this character that's introduced, and he is like the most complex thing I've ever seen in TV in all of my existence.
Kinjaku?
No, it's not Kenjaku. He was just introduced at the end of episode 2, and his power's extra complex. He's like a comedian. His power is extra complex. His whole spiel is like crazy.
Mm,
Yeah, you'll see it when you see it, and you'll hate it too.
mhm.
And he's
Okay.
incredibly powerful.
Who?
The comedian.
The comedian?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just said the comedian whose powers are incredibly complex.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, I'll see him when I see him. This is from you're getting this from the manga, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right. But yeah. And then what else? Are are Choso and Yuji actually related? And why did that stop their fight? So,
Okay.
because remember that episode where they were fighting and then and Choso was about to kill him, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't do it."
That just happened.
No, this was last season
Oh.
when it was like fighting in the in the bathroom, and he was like spraying
Oh,
blood
yeah,
everywhere,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and he
yeah.
was about to kill
Yeah.
Yuji, and then he was just like, "Oh, what are these memories?" Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I thought that part was stupid for a long time. Because I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "He had him at death's door. What's going on?" Um,
Mhm.
the short answer is yes. Choso and Yuji are basically half brothers. Um, and this goes back to Kenjaku, the 1,000-year-old brain swapping sorcerer. So he was once in the body of this guy named Noritoshi Kamo, and that is Choso's biological father. While he was in that body, he was experimenting, trying to see if humans could give birth to cursed spirits. And so he gave birth to 9 different cursed womb paintings, and one of those is Choso. And the other 2 of them we saw earlier in the series, it was the guy who had that big shit on his back, who was like, "I don't want nobody to see my back," and it was that green guy who had the big ass teeth. These are 2 people they fought earlier in the series.
Mhm.
At another point in time, he possessed Yuji's mother, Kaori Itadori. And I've found a bit of a spoiler there, but I'm not gonna say it. but he
You can
possessed.
say it.
All right, spoiler alert for anybody who wanna skip forward in the podcast now.
Okay.
Um, while Kenjaku was, possessing Yuji's mother's body, Kaori Itadori, he was conducting an experiment to create the perfect cage to house cursed spirits, which is why Yuji can hold Sukuna without any issues for the most part.
Mm.
Yep. So all of that is on purpose. It's not an accident. Why did that stop their fight? Why did Choso just like not kill Itadori? Choso, first off, is fiercely loyal to his siblings. He's like, yo, if we're related, you my brother, you my sister, and I'm never gonna hurt you. Um, part of Choso's ability is blood manipulation, so he can like harden his blood, shoot the little blood laser beam at you. Part of that ability is that he can sense his siblings. He can sense their blood wherever they are and sense any like major changes, specifically when they are close to death or when they die. He can like feel it. And so when he's beating Yuji's ass, at a certain point in the fight, he's just like, "Oh shit, uh, my spider sense is tingling. One of my siblings about to die, and I'm about to kill this. Are you my brother?"
Mm-hmm.
And so it went off for him like that, and that's why because he's fiercely loyal to his siblings, he was like, I can't do this.
Mm.
The whole like memory shit, I think that was just like an artistic way to illustrate that sixth sense.
Yeah.
I,
I didn't get that at all
yeah, I didn't
when
either.
I
I was like,
saw
I
that
don't like
fight.
it. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. He should have died, or Sukuna should have popped out.
Something should have happened. Yeah, I didn't
But yeah,
get that when I read the manga or when I was watching it. I don't know what
the
I'd be
last
doing.
thing, the last question I'll answer, and this is a question I had: why is JJK so complicated in general? Like,
Oh, I
why is
know
the
that
writer
one.
writing the story this way to where we are all confused?
Yeah,
Um,
he said why in the
and it's
manga.
that way on purpose.
I know.
He
He
writes
said
it
it.
like that on purpose. Two of the things he says, he's inspired by Hunter x Hunter. The writer of JJK, Akutami, has stated that he's heavily inspired by Yoshihiro Togashi, who's the creator of Hunter x Hunter, and is the king of complex rules and technical fighting. And so
Is something complicated?
some of their powers are super complicated in Hunter x Hunter too. Like, cause you
Mm.
got Nin and you got like no Nin and other stuff. So Akutami adopted that style to challenge the reader's intelligence rather than oversimplifying the story. Um, and he's also admitted, he's like, look, I also have trouble explaining how these powers work.
He
Um,
said that in the manga.
Yeah, and he's like, "Look, oftentimes I rely on my editors." Everybody doesn't read the manga, Jared. So,
No,
oftentimes
I'm like, he said it. Yeah, I remember these conversations. That's why I was like, I was like, so why are you doing this? Why are you He said he had to call in out in engineers that had engineering degrees. He said this, that so they could explain to him how these powers work. Like he
Mhm,
said this. He said, I don't even understand how to do this. I had to get mathematicians and engineers to explain to me
mhm,
how I could work this out. He said, I
mhm,
was like, so why is this even happening?
because he enjoys it.
Yeah,
This is the way he
yeah,
likes
I
writing
don't know
stories.
why.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, but that's our episode, man. I hope we've answered most, if not all, of your Jujutsu Kaisen questions.
I'm sure there'll be more questions, but you have explained things very well.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
have answered my questions very thoroughly, and yeah, this was a good episode, more educational than our
Mhm,
usual episode.
yeah.
But it
Maybe
has
we
been
can maybe
very
this Sorry, go ahead.
it's been very fun. I've been into it. I've been really,
Yeah.
real into it.
Maybe we can, maybe we can make this a series. DeMarcus explains it all.
Maybe so, maybe so. Alright, and you can, guess no
Oh.
questions this week, we kinda went over, but you can follow us on all of our social media at Black Geek Energy, we are just on online, child. And
Mhm.
you can, um, tweet us at BG_pod, um, and you can comment on this episode. I don't say comment on this episode. You can comment on this episode wherever you are listening to us. Let us know that you hear us. And Demarcus, are there any final words?
Um, final words, final words. JJK is a complicated anime, but do not let that deter you from enjoying it. I enjoy JJK. I just watched JJK Zero movie right before we started the podcast. I finished that up while I was getting all the answers for this episode. And it take the time to go back and rewatch season one, rewatch the movies, and rewatch this stuff after seeing like season two and season three because it'll make more sense the more repetitions you have.
Mm-mm, ain't nobody doing all that. Um, especially when we got One Piece. There's a whole bunch of new anime. Kunan is actually really good for a um uh I mean I usually like anime that's more like
More bloody.
more bloody. Kunan is really good. These anime are really good. I don't have time to go back and JJK should have did it the first time. But
Mm.
yeah, we will see you next week here on Black Geek
Black
Energy. Bye everybody.
BGE out.